live on the air. I'm Richard Sales.
This is wild.
Hello and welcome to our podcast called Lounge Time. I'm your host, Rich Sale. We have my very first guest of the season, my Uncle Alex. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you again.
Yep.
Good to see you guys. All right, so Lounge Time, you guys are probably wondering, why Lounge Time? Well, we got a couch, we're relaxing, and we're just going to have a casual sports conversation that we do.
Yeah.
We're both football fans. I'm obviously a fan of basketball. I'm sure you are too. You're a hockey fan.
I'm a hockey guy,
Basically, the casual sports conversation you have with your friends and family. That's what we're trying to do here. And, sometimes it could be, a friendly debate. Sometimes it's just casual, talking sports, talking football. We'll be doing today, giving your preseason picks. I'll do mine in a couple episodes from now.
Making points and, just talking about what might be and all that stuff.
Yeah, we got an exciting show we got going forward. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy this type of conversation for football, just casually. You could be getting a drink right now, sitting outside, probably at the beach hanging out. But bottom line is, this podcast, we just want to be informative, give you all the update you need to know, what's going on in the football world, what be going on in the basketball world. I got some friends of mine watching right now that are basketball fans. Some are other sports fans. We welcome you all. We just want to make sure you guys enjoy this type of podcast style where it's just us casually talking sports, and we hope to be great in forms of entertainment for you. So, we are now sailing out of the off-season phase. It's gone like that. 6 months ago, the Super Bowl ended, and boy, there was a lot of off-season moves. But first, my number one question: how was your off-season, Al? Long, huh? Did it go by too quick at all?
Summer's almost gone already, and it's been a really interesting year for me. But it's been good. I enjoyed the hockey season too. Stanley Cup, that was all good.
Yeah,
that kept me busy.
Yeah,
up until through June. Mm-hmm. I'm not much of a baseball guy anymore, but I still watch a couple games now and then. But,
yeah.
Yeah. Last time I was here, I had a cast on my hand. If you guys remembered, I broke my hip and my hand last year. I was healing up, but. That's all done with. I'm back to normal, and I'm looking forward to this football season.
Well, obviously, we have a much bigger audience now than we did last year, so this is your first go-around in general. This is my first go-around, so we're starting completely from scratch.
Okay.
Last year was last year. This is this year.
This is this year, yes.
Okay. So, obviously, football season is right upon us. The air is crisp. You can smell that football feeling in the air. Hall of Fame inductions are done.
Did Tom Brady retire? Or was that even a dream I had?
No, he's back. He's back. Yep. And I'm cool for it.
He pulled a Brett Favre on us all.
Brett Favre did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Brett Favre did it 3 times.
I know.
Come on, don't give me.
I didn't think Brady would do that though. I thought when I heard it and we talked when he retired and I freeze framed his retirement speech, and I thought that would be like a memento. Forever going forward. Here's Brady's retirement speech, but...
No. Once there was no press conference, I'm like, no, he's not done. Because remember, Manning had his. I mean, I don't think Favre had his that I remember, but, no, he's back.
But it was funny because when he says that, everybody in the sports world reacts, and everybody put the tributes, his accomplishments, his fantastic career, and he's like, never mind.
He loves the game, though. Can you blame him?
No.
Okay, then... Anyway, so Hall of Fame inductions are done.
Yes.
We have 1 week of preseason down. The feeling in the air is back. That smell, that football season.
I'm glad Dick Vermeil got in.
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for that for a long time because he was such a pivotal character in so many different football lives, and he deserves to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was listening to Deion Sanders' comment on, the Hall of Fame has gotten to more of the Hall of Very Good side, but that's a different debate I'll save for another show.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Listen, we can't all be Deion, but
no, there's very few in that echelon of.
If you want to go there, it would be a really lonely place.
Yeah, that's a different episode. We'll save it for. Maybe I'll separate that episode or segment another time. But anyway, I am going to catch you up on the NFL offseason. This episode, it's okay if you missed all the offseason moves. I'm here to help him out, get caught up, and anybody else that needs to get caught up on the offseason, I am perfectly okay with helping you catch up. We'll go by every team. We'll go through the divisions. My Uncle Al is going to give his preseason picks and Super Bowl matchup and Super Bowl winner. So hopefully you got all those. I left you with some time to think about it for a while. I know it's one preseason week, not a big sample size, but
yeah.
But I'll catch you up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're good to go. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the preseason picks. So to start off, your favorite team is?
My favorite team, just favorite team, period? Or my pick?
No, favorite team.
My team is the Cowboys.
All right, so we're going to go right into your division, the NFC East. All right? Dallas obviously lost Amari Cooper. They lost Randy Gregory. Two big pieces on their 12-5 division team last year. You did get younger with Jalen Tolbert. You did get an upgraded offensive tackle to replace Lyle Collins, who went to Cincinnati, and Tyler Smith. But Tyler Smith's the most penalized player in college football last year. James Washington is out now. He suffered an injury in training camp. Big play dynamo for the Steelers. Now he went to you guys. That's another big loss. So the receiver room is kind of thin there now. Dante Fowler Jr. takes Randy Gregory's role. And Anthony Barr is a good coverage linebacker in case you guys are going to move Parsons to the edge rushing to help with DeMarcus Lawrence, or move Parsons into middle linebacker.
Either way is going to be good.
What are your realistic expectations for the Cowboys this season?
Like every year, we're going to go to the Super Bowl and win it. But last year was a debacle in the playoffs again in the first round. I'm looking if it's a new season and a new hope for every team and every fan. And I'm hoping my Cowboys can do this year because you never know. You just never know. We're going to talk about all this stuff, but you never know.
Okay. I mean, you did have double-digit penalties again. 17 in week 1. 17 preseason week 1. And then you had double digits in the wild card game.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind.
There's a lot to fix.
Yeah.
Again, it's a new season, so
of course,
I'm hoping that some of these stuff will go away and get fixed. So
of course,
yeah.
All right, so let's get to the other teams in the NFC East.
Okay.
Besides your Dallas Cowboys,
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles, they added A.J. Brown from the Titans in a trade.
Okay.
They managed to get 2 national championship Georgia Bulldogs in Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. On top of that, they also get Hassan Reddick. They get James Bradbury to help with their pass rush since Ryan Kerrigan retired. He was kind of a rotation guy, but Reddick's more of a starter level. And James Bradbury helps the corner room with Darius Slay already there, with Steven Nelson. And the Giants, they have a quarterback, Daniel Jones, who is in a make-or-break year. Tyrod Taylor is a backup, though. He's getting some starting reps with the first team. But they did add 2 nice rookies in their really good draft class. Evan Neal from Alabama, the tackle, and Kayvon Thibodeau, the pass rusher from Oregon. And then the Washington Commanders got Carson Wentz from Indianapolis and Jahan Dotson, the wide receiver.
Somebody say Redskins? What?
No, Commanders. That's their name now. They got Jahan Dotson, the wide receiver out of Penn State. Do you believe the Cowboys will win the division? And if not, who of the 3 teams wins the NFC East?
based upon what I could see so far, I watched some of the preseason stuff. I've seen limited stuff, but Philly still had a lot to prove. Going into last year, I remember watching them, and again, some had pieces, some pieces gone. They still got their work cut out for them. They got to prove something. They didn't have much of a balanced attack last year, so it's yet to be seen what they can do. Their starting quarterback is a stud, but he can't do it by himself, as we all know. So let's see how the team gels and what they can do in Philadelphia. My division's kind of wide open, if you think about it, because nobody's really proven anything.
Nobody's had
a playoff win in that division in a long time.
The Cowboys were the last ones, I believe, in 2018. And no repeat division winners since, do you know this?
No.
Since the Eagles with Andy Reid, I think 03-04 was the last time.
Yeah.
So
that's, it's basically wide open for all the teams.
Yeah.
Being a Cowboy fan, of course, I'm going to hope that my Cowboys can do this. I'm going to have to go, with my team. That's all I can say right now, because I know the Giants, they have a lot of work to do too. I believe that their the best quarterback I've seen on their roster is not Daniel Jones.
Ooh.
So in my opinion, I don't think he's going to start this year.
Ooh.
That's my opinion.
We got a flaming one off the rip. Okay. Flaming one off the rip. Oh, boy.
I see it the way I read it. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't shock me if that happens.
No, it wouldn't be. Because there's one guy on there who's throwing darts, can run, can throw the ball out of bounds when he needs to, when the play is broken, and all those things that Daniel Jones doesn't seem to get through his head. He gets hurt running the ball when the play is dead, trying to make a play. Maybe it's time for him to sit down and watch.
Wow.
So that's my opinion. That's just, I'm going to get to see a lot of Giants games because I live here in New York. So,
The one question I think I have with Philadelphia is they got Devontae Smith. Now you add A.J. Brown. They have a very good offensive line that mostly was on their Super Bowl team. Dallas Goedert's a pretty stud at tight end.
Yeah.
Their defense, their front seven is deep. And their back end got better with Bradbury to combo with Slay, a Pro Bowl corner. The question for me is Jalen Hurts. Is he going to take the step where he doesn't feel like a liability all the time? He has to improve his passing, his accuracy. He can run with the football. They were the number one rushing attack in the league. But their passing game needs to take off. He's got receivers. He's got an offensive line. He's got everything built around him. It's just his time to go.
He's got to put it all together.
He has to have a big year.
Yeah,
he's under some pressure, I think.
Absolutely.
So,
definitely. They moved a lot of pieces around to get him into where he is now. So let's see what you got, kid.
Yeah, I'm not a big Nick Sirianni fan. I know people think they get John Gruden vibes from him. I don't. I'm not that sold on him personally. I think he's just okay as a coach. I mean, they were good last year, but now you got a second place schedule. I don't know if they're going to be that much better, but again, the NFC East is crazy things happen.
It's all up in the air for the NFC East. It really is. All guys got to go out there and play and just see what happens, man.
So you got the Cowboys as your division.
I got my Cowboys. Yeah, I can't say that Washington or the Eagles or the Giants are any better than the Cowboys at this point. I don't see them surpassing the Cowboys. Cowboys seem to shoot themselves in the foot a lot, but I still got faith. I have to. I'm a Cowboy fan.
Anybody that's a wild card in that division, or you got it down the road?
I'm going to say Philly's going to be a wild card.
Okay.
I'm going to say Philly's going to be a wild card. That's my opinion. I think
right.
the Giants and the Redskins still have a lot to do. They got a new starting quarterback in Washington. That's going to have to gel, But again, it's a new season, so at this point in time, this is all speculation. We don't know what's actually going to happen.
Of course.
So it's up to the players to make it happen. So.
Yeah.
But on paper, there's a lot of work to be done in NFC East.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's go to the AFC.
AFC East.
Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a Patriots fan. I'm all cool with it, okay? I deal with everybody saying, they cheated and all that stuff. That's long, long in the past, okay? So, sweeping that under the carpet for now. The Buffalo Bills, obviously, though, are the class of the division right now.
They seem to be.
They added Von Miller from the Rams.
Big addition.
They gave Josh Allen more weapons. A running back in James Cook from Georgia, a rookie. They gave him O.J. Howard. They gave him Jamison Crowder, another big play dynamo.
Yeah.
They improved the interior part of the offensive line with Roger Saffold in there from Tennessee.
What they needed. That's what they needed.
Miami, new head coach, Mike McDaniel from the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan's run game coordinator. They added Tyreek Hill to go with Jalen Waddle already, and Mike Gesicki. They added a ton of running backs, Mostert, who McDaniel's familiar with, Sony Michel, Chase Edmonds. Then they add, obviously, Cedric Wilson from your Cowboys. And they get the best left tackle in football, some people believe, in Teron Armstead from the Saints. And defensively, they added a veteran pass rusher, Melvin Ingram, to go with their duo of corners, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones. But Flores' defensive mindset is gone. So that means McDaniel's bringing in a whole new coaching staff with him. Obviously, my Patriots, I just got word Malcolm Butler's out for the season. Also, Jojuan Williams. And we got Tyquan Thornton, a rookie from Baylor. We got Devontae Parker from Miami. But the only thing is he's hit and miss. When he's healthy, he's really good, but he's just injury prone. They get some young corners, mostly rookies, to replace J.C. Jackson.
Bill does well with rookies, usually. They're always really flattered just to be there.
We got two guys, inexperienced offensive coaches. Joe Judge, the quarterback's coach. And,
He's really not experienced. He had a head coaching job last year.
And where did that get him?
Well, again.
Wait, one more thing. Matt Patricia's the assistant offensive line coach, senior offensive assistant. But apparently he's calling plays, Patricia.
Okay.
So that's that. Now, let me get to the Jets for a minute. They also gave Zach Wilson weapons. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson from Ohio State, C.J. Uzomah from the AFC champion
But
Bengals.
Zach Wilson himself isn't going to be there for a while, so.
They added younger on defense, getting Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati, Jermaine Johnson from Florida State, then Jordan Whitehead, DJ Reed, to help get younger and faster on defense.
Sure.
Obviously, I'm assuming you've got the Bills winning the AFC East, or am I wrong? I'll give you the floor.
I can't not go with the Bills at this point. They seem to have a lot of momentum coming for last year. I think that was the most heartbreaking loss I've ever seen a team take.
Wow.
Remember last year's game?
Oh, no, I know, but all the football you've seen?
That was a heck of a game, don't you
No,
think?
it was, but heartbreaking was. There's been
think
some
about it. I mean, that game that they lost.
Yeah.
That shootout in the last minute or two of the game. I mean, does it get any better than that? But somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose,
no, exactly.
and that's what makes me say that's a heartbreaking loss.
For those of you,
But they are, I think, at the top of the AFC East. Yes, I think like I said, somebody had to lose that game. It was them. It was a heartbreaking loss, but for all the good things they've done, all the additions they've made this year, especially with the defense. One thing they needed, the offensive interior, like you said.
Yeah, Saffold.
They needed that too. So maybe this is the pieces that were missing last year that could make the final move, to get to the big game. So.
Yeah, it's hard for me to not say the Bills are winning. The Bills are not winning the division as a Patriot fan. I believe that with Von Miller,
that's a huge.
To add with Tre'Davious White, and Sean McDermott's done a hell of a job.
And he's a Super Bowl winner already. He's got experience.
Yeah.
He can coach up other players around him because of his experience and the respect they'll have for him because he's a Super Bowl winner, champion. I just think that the Bills have to be the front runner. In AFC East.
For those of you that don't know, they did change the overtime rules in the postseason. So now both teams will have possession of the ball, and then the second possession, I think it's field goal or touchdown ends the game.
So it doesn't matter.
So each team gets a possession to start overtime. Okay. And then whoever gets possession last. So it's very interesting to see if they, coin toss, if teams methodically, how they pick it. Do they want the ball first or do they want to defer? But that's a different topic.
I got to go with the old school way. Take the ball and score, and win the game. That's the prime.
I wonder if coaches will go for two in case they do score and try to go get for the up one, stuff like that. It's just interesting.
You would be happy just to score. You go for two.
I'm naming scenarios now.
I hear you. I mean, that would be something if you go for two and don't get it, and the other team scores a touchdown and wins it with extra point.
Right.
That would be a really bad way to lose.
Well,
Wouldn't it though?
we're just naming hypothetical.
Hypothetically, yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So going for 2 in a sudden death game, I don't know.
Speaking of the Patriots, when we were just naming down the offseason, the big headlines they had, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge are deciding who's calling. Well, Bill's deciding between those two candidates to call offensive plays.
Here's a Chris, just interjection. Where is Rob Gronkowski?
He's retired.
Not on any team.
No.
Okay. It's funny. Last time I heard it, he was a Bill. And
No.
then that was done.
He never signed with the Bills.
He never did sign.
He was interested, but never signed. No.
Okay. All right.
So, but obviously Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, Belichick is deciding who's going to be the play caller. He's playing chess with the media. I don't have any confidence in one of those two calling plays. I don't know what they're doing with the second-year quarterback who needs that voice in his ear, that guy to help lead him further into the path that I hope he takes to be really good. I just don't see these two guys who have not the greatest offensive knowledge that I believe that he needs to take that next step in his development.
I'm not going to call any of those two that you mentioned inexperienced coaches, but it's execution on the offensive players' shoulders.
Yeah.
I believe that a solid play caller, will call the plays that in a methodical way where it sets up the play for the next play. Again, it's up to the offense to execute. There's a lot of ifs there,
They got no experience, none of these guys.
Well, it's time to learn, right? Got to go out there and get your feet wet. So go,
So
make a play.
So do you have any wild cards in this division?
AFC East. I'm going to give it to your Patriots. It's the only other team I can really
And you're
with any confidence give it to them because.
Are you softening me up on my show?
The Jets. No, because think about it. I mean, the Jets. I don't know what to think. I'm kind of a Jets fan because I have an AFC team too. That's my Jets AFC. But it's nothing. The Jets have just been a disappointment since Joe Namath was on the team.
You had 2 good years with Rex Ryan. That's all.
We had some good years with Bill Parcells. That was entertaining.
That one AFC championship, yeah.
Yes, we went there. We got beat by Elway. We went to the Super Bowl and won twice. But besides that, it's just been a tease. We haven't had anything really to really say, hey, we got this. No, and so Jets again floundering. We'll see where they go. But again, I see the Bills taking that division. I see your team taking a wild card because that's the only really. Miami would have to show me something. We got a new coach there, got a whole new culture, right? We're going from a defensive minded
to an offensive
mind.
Who's built everything around Tua to succeed.
Again,
no excuses for Tua whatsoever.
So it's a whole complete turnaround. We got to see. Right now, but they have had your team's number the last couple of years.
We can't beat Miami in Miami at all. They swept us last year.
And it's a sore spot. It is. But I know Coach Bill Belichick is the way he is, and I know that's in his mind too. He's a lot of work to be done. I mean, because that's what you're trying to catch. That's what you're trying to beat. You're trying to beat the Bills and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Just as an afterthought. Basically, in everybody's mind in AFC East, right? It's like, whatever. Okay, we'll play the Jets. We'll see what happens. Let's see who's going to be the quarterback. I mean, I know Wilson's hurt. He just got surgery today, right? Today.
Yeah.
So
now it's Joe Flacco,
and he's going to have time
White.
to look at these plays out of it in rehab and all that. And by the time he hits the field, we're talking about mid-season, right?
They say he has a chance to be back for week 1.
Really?
Yeah. They say he has
Really?
Yep.
Would you throw him in there after surgery, week 1? You spent a lot of money on this guy.
I would play. I would see how week 1 goes. I see how week 1 goes.
I would definitely see how week 1 goes. Yeah. I wouldn't throw the guy in after having surgery, after spending all this. I mean, he's a rookie. He's getting rookie salary. But again, he's an investment. You want to see him do well.
No, of course.
The man who's not 100% is not going to be able to perform at 100% and possibly re-injure himself again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
So think about the health of the individual, the young man. Hard decisions, right? Hard decisions.
I feel like you're buttering me up on my own show, taking the Patriots to make the playoffs.
Well,
I'm all right with that, but I'm just saying, I feel like you're buttering me up a
They
little
showed me
bit.
something last year, and they had flashes of brilliance last year. I have to admit.
and then
There
December.
was flashes.
And then the Bills
But they were
game, we
all
can't-
flashes. There was nothing consistent, really.
No, we couldn't make Buffalo punt twice. That's how we ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, flashes. So, I know, but Bill, you got the greatest coach of all time.
I just don't trust Patricia and Judge calling offense. I don't. And many other fans probably agree with
If your
me.
coach, which is a Hall of Fame shoo-in, greatest of all time, coach,
Yep.
believes in these guys, you have to think that he sees something we don't. He's Bill Belichick.
I just...
Right or wrong? Right? Bill knows what he's talking about.
Let's see.
Let's
I think
see,
there's,
okay, let's
there's
see.
some ego thing going on with
Yeah,
Brady
could
and him.
be, could be.
But, okay.
Could be.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the most exciting division in football, most people would say, the AFC West. The Chiefs have been the supreme gold standard, obviously with one of the top quarterbacks in the game, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
They've been in the AFC Championship now for 4 straight years.
Yes.
They're going for number 5. But they did lose Tyreek Hill. Okay? Their era of dominance might have taken a decline with how much better their divisions got, which I'll get into right now.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders, they added Devontae Adams, who Derek Carr is familiar with from his college days at Fresno State, from Green Bay, one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
How rare is that they are able to get a trade for him?
Yeah.
They added Chandler Jones, a really good pass rusher when he's healthy, but he had one big game last year and then kind of faded out. They got Josh McDaniels from my Patriots as their head coach to replace Rich Bisaccia, John Gruden last year through all the chaos.
Yeah.
Then you have some nice poke-in pieces like Jayon Brown, like Deron Harmon, Demarcus Robinson, the receiver from Kansas City, to add to Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller already. The Denver Broncos now have their quarterback in Russell Wilson, but also a new head coach, Nathaniel Hackett, who was the Packers quarterback coach. They also got Randy Gregory from your Cowboys to help opposite Bradley Chubb. And they got DJ Jones to help bolster their defensive line. The Los Angeles Chargers improved defensively with J.C. Jackson, with Kyle Van Noy, getting Khalil Mack from the Bears.
That's big.
They added, I believe it was Zion Johnson, the rookie from Boston College, to help with the young stud Rashawn Slater, also a draft pick from the Chargers last year to help line around Justin Herbert. And then obviously the Chiefs, they got Sky Moore to replace Tyreek Hill. They got Juju Smith-Schuster, known for more TikToks. Obviously, he was a pretty good Steelers receiver for them.
Yeah.
Valdez-Scantling, a reliable weapon from Aaron Rodgers, now going to Patrick Mahomes. And their defense got a little younger with the rookie George Karlaftis from Purdue.
But did they get better?
I don't think so, but this is
either.
my question. This is my question. Can the Chiefs win that division for the 5th straight year and make it to the AFC Championship? If not, who do you have?
I say they can and they can't. But
How? Wait, what?
because
How
they
does
have,
that make sense?
Because
How does
they
that
wait,
make
wait,
sense?
because
No.
they have, okay.
Okay.
So, but they show these signs of weakness in their defense that has been a big sore spot. They give up points. They have points.
No,
all
you're
the
right
time.
there.
So, if you're not going to put them in, I'm going to go with my Raiders.
You're Raiders.
Well, they're Raiders.
You just said you're a Jets fan after the
Hey,
Cowboys. Don't do that.
Not my
You
Raiders.
slick.
Not my
You-
Raiders.
You
His
real
father's
slick.
his father's Raiders actually. Big Rich. He's a Raider fan in the AFC. Again, you know what? Justin Herbert with those pieces it had it also could make a splash with the defense because they had a pretty good offense when it was going, but they also give up points like crazy.
Well, they
last
got
year.
the defense to improve that.
That's what I'm saying. But they got those pieces to improve.
Yeah.
You know, Mac, pass rusher.
Yeah, J.C. Jackson.
Yeah,
Kyle
you know,
Van
so
Noy.
that will help the Chargers. Go Chargers! You know, and
Great line,
and I love that, right?
Yeah, I do.
But, all right. And you know, they between them and the Raiders, it's very close, very close. I think the Raiders are for some reason I don't know why. I just think that they're on the verge of doing something. Last year they didn't do it. They surprised a lot of people because as far as they did, you were like, the Raiders last year, really? But You know what? It
Go ahead.
could happen. It could happen. But yeah, between those and the Chargers, I mean, Kansas City, if you take them out of the equation, like you said, because that's what you said before, if you take the Chiefs out of the equation, I don't think the Chiefs make it this year.
To the playoffs.
No. Well, it's a wild card. I'll give you the wild card there. Chiefs is a wild card.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going
No,
complete.
Chiefs is a wild card.
That's
And I'm going to go, all right, let's go. I'm going to go Raiders. Chiefs is a wild card in that division.
All right. So we got 2 wild cards now. And we got 2 division winners now for the AFC. All right. So that means you have 1 wild card left. I want you. We got the AFC North. We still have to go through in the AFC South. I think I know where your wild cards come from, but I'm just going to guess. I'll let you do the guessing and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Relax. It's lounge time.
It's okay.
Relax,
It's
man.
okay.
No, use it like this.
Well, you know what it is? It's you know, it's so early.
I know,
We haven't
but-
seen. We haven't even seen one real game yet. Not even one.
No, I know.
We've got everything on paper, and it's all speculative because people can still get hurt in camp. It could still happen. People that we're talking about right now could wind up on the IR.
No, but that's the whole point of predictions.
That's
is
what I
that,
mean. So
you know,
why not go crazy, right?
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. A lot of people have the Raiders winning the AFC West. That's the most wide open division. I'm all right with it. Last year, though, I mean, for those of you, I mean, we had a small audience last year, but this man had them going to the playoffs with that whole chaos and Super Bowl and all that.
We didn't know what was going to happen with John Gruden at the time we did it.
No, I know, but I'm saying,
Happened
you know,
shortly
that
afterwards.
last year was blasphemous.
Again, last year, football is like that. You never know what's happening.
You get that once in a while, though, but come on now.
Week to week. It changes. The horizon changes. It just changes.
Don't pull another slick one on me with these little surprises. Don't do that to me. You shocked me last year. You caught me off guard. I was like, what? You better not have it this year, though.
Okay.
Anyway, all jokes aside, it's all good, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the NFC North, shall we?
NFC North.
Relax. It's lounge time. Relax.
Monsters of the Midway.
Relax.
No, I'm relaxed.
Okay. You're like blocking my camera here. I got to
Sorry.
talk to the people.
Talk to the people.
Thank you. Okay. The Packers obviously have another quarterback that's regarding the top 5 in the league right now. Reigning 2-time NFL MVP.
Yeah.
But they lose Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Now Rodgers is a young receiving core in Allen Lazard, in Amari Rodgers. I think Randall Cobb is still there. So losing Devontae Adams is a huge piece. They add Sammy Watkins, who is kind of injury prone. He's kind of on his last legs. The Minnesota Vikings now got an offensive-minded coach in Kevin O'Connell, who comes from the Sean McVay tree, was the Rams offensive coordinator during last season's championship run. They added Albert Wilson to go with Thielen and Jefferson as a nice third option. They obviously got Zadarius Smith from the Packers to go opposite their stud pass rusher, Daniil Hunter. The Bears, they did add 2 receivers to add Justin Fields. And they also got a new head coach in Matt Eberflus, who was the defensive coordinator for the Colts. But there's not really a lot to be excited about with the Bears. While the Lions were in a lot of close games last year, Dan Campbell going into year 2, they add 2 rookies, Aiden Hutchinson, the pass rusher from Michigan, Jamison Williams, the wide receiver from Alabama, and DJ Chark from Jacksonville. So they got more pieces around Jared Goff. Are the Packers a lock to win the North, or is somebody on the outside creeping up and may overtake them in the North? What do you got there?
You know, having Aaron Rodgers on your team, it's hard to say that, you know, but again, he's got a whole rookie crew on board this year, you know. And you've got, like you just mentioned with the Bears, they've got, they added 2 wide receivers, but they got a new head coach also. And their quarterback is poised. But again, we get a whole new regime, you know. So
Yeah.
this is a really tough one. You would think by saying this, you know, everybody's pretty much got their own set of problems in the NFC North. You think about the Chicago Bears and you go, what do they got? What do they really got?
Not really much. Allen Robinson's gone.
And they lost the pass rusher,
Khalil Mack.
which was big on their, you know, it was helping them a lot.
Yeah.
Stay in games.
And now Roquan Smith, the middle linebacker, wants a trade.
And so you're going to have problems there. And so, you know, thinking, you know, the Detroit Lions, again, time and time again, disappointment. They were like close games, like you said.
They're on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they deserve to be. I know. What do you think? I mean, Packers, having Rodgers on your team always gives you a prayer, so I'm going to have to go with the Packers again.
So you got them winning the division.
I'm going to have to. I mean, Rodgers is Houdini to me. You know, he does stuff that, he lives in the moment, and he does stuff that's not scripted, and he just makes things happen. He makes a play, and he helps all the guys on his team make a play too. So I'm going to have to go with them.
Okay, you got any wild cards in this division?
No.
All right, so we got 2 divisions left, 2 wild cards open, and 2 division winners left in the NFC. So I guess we'll keep it within the NFC. We're going to go to the NFC South. Tom Brady is back in Tampa. I don't care. I mean, you're not happy. I know you slick with that little smile. I see you there. That's all right. That's all right.
I think Brady's the greatest of all time.
No, I know. But the way to open the show, he came back again.
I said, didn't he retire?
Yeah, you did. I told you he's back. But anyway, back to the additions.
No.
Russell Gage, they got sleeper receiver from Atlanta. They added Julio Jones to go with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Now they lose Gronk, but they got Kyle Rudolph, who's, I wouldn't say a poor man's Gronk. I think that's a little too harsh, but he's pretty good. He's got a good, solid, maybe year or 2 left. They got Akeem Hicks to help out, replacing Ndamukong Suh on the defensive line. They got Shaq Mason to help with the loss of Alex Kappa and Ali Marpet in the interior, which is big. But they just lost Jensen in training camp, so that's big. They add Logan Ryan to replace Jordan Whitehead, and they got Keanu Neal, who's a good in-the-box safety. I think Todd Bowles will get creative with him. The Saints have had Tampa's number in the regular season, but Sean Payton's gone. Dennis Allen in comes, the defensive coordinator, now the head coach full-time. They did add weapons around Jameis Winston, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, the rookie receiver from Ohio State. They added another offensive tackle to replace Armstead and Trevor Penning, who has a nasty streak to him. He gets in a lot of fights. But they did improve their defense by getting Tyrann Mathieu from the Chiefs to help with the loss of Malcolm Jenkins. Somehow they get it with these weird salary cap things, but we're not talking about salary cap now. The Panthers, Matt Rule, they got Baker Mayfield from the Browns to combo with Sam Darnold.
Good luck in there.
Yeah. They got offensive line pieces to help them out. It's going to be tough to see how they mix and mesh there.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta, while Matt Ryan's gone, in comes Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder. So there's competition there. And
These are retreads, man.
Yeah. So to me, it's hard to not pick against Tampa in the division.
Yeah.
But is there any possible wild cards in the NFC South outside of New Orleans, or do you have Tampa winning the division as a lock, or do you have a surprise that I don't know about?
I'm going to have to go with Tampa to win that division again because Brady's still there, and he ups everybody's game who's on his offense.
Okay.
Yeah, and just everybody on his team, really, on both sides of the ball, really. But
Right.
and I'm going to go with as New Orleans as another wild card coming out of that division.
All right.
Because I can't go with the Panthers because there's too many pieces there. There are just too many questionable things.
Okay.
Sam Darnold, wish him a lot of luck. Marcus Mariota, loved him coming out of college, but didn't work out.
Right.
Went to the Raiders, still didn't work out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to work out over there in Charlotte.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's suspended for the year for gambling.
Again, more drama. So
Yeah.
again, I can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, tried and true. Having Sean Payton gone in New Orleans, it's gonna be interesting to see how they run that team.
Right.
Because Sean Payton had a way of running a team. I mean, he was one of my favorite head coaches of all time. I like his brains. I like the way he thinks. I like his offensive schemes. He stepped down. I want to see how it goes in New Orleans.
I know you want to say something here, but
I'm not going to say it. But I gotta go with Brady and the Bucks. And,
Okay.
and if anybody,
Okay.
NFC West wild card would be New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have the one last division in the NFC. We might as well finish it off, shall we?
West.
The NFC West. The reigning Super Bowl champs, the Rams.
Yeah.
The rich get richer. They lose Robert Woods, but to get Allen Robinson. Odell's still in the market. They're trying to get him back, but they're, I guess, monitoring his injury. They got Bobby Wagner to replace Von Miller. Although he's a middle linebacker, Von is an edge rusher, but another guy, a defense to worry about, to go with Aaron Donald. The Niners, Jimmy Garoppolo, it's no longer his team. The Trey Lance era has begun. He looked good in preseason from what I've heard, and the scheme is more fit to him. The Cardinals, they are trying to, I guess, see where Kyler Murray's long-term commitment is. I don't know if you heard about the contract that they mandate him to do 4 hours of independent film study, which is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. But they do give him Hollywood Brown to go because DeAndre Hopkins is suspended 6 games for PED suspension. And then Seattle, obviously, losing Wilson. They got Drew Lock and Geno Smith for the quarterback battle. They got Kenneth Walker at running back because Chris Carson retired due to a neck injury. And they got Noah Fant. So not much to make of Seattle. I'm assuming your last wild card, actually your last wild card is from this division because there's only one wild card left and one division winner left.
Yeah.
You might.
I'm gonna give you your wild card right now. Seattle.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Over the Niners, over the Cardinals. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I because
Geno Smith and Drew Lock. What?
Yep. Just because. That's because like I twisted it with the Raiders last year. Here's your twister again. Seattle.
Oh my
Coming out of the West. Coming out of the West. Surprise everybody.
You're gonna make me walk in my own studio. You're lucky I don't walk in my studio. Are you kidding me?
Seattle.
Over the Niners, over the Cardinals. Who do you got one of the division at least?
Well, the Niners. Absolutely.
You don't even have the Rams going to the playoffs.
You know what? I think the Rams are going to have that hangover. That's what I think. I think because your quarterback finally got his Super Bowl after being on the lines forever, okay? You got a lot of guys who got their rings, and they're like, we got ours. I don't know. We're going to have that team unity again. Let's go get it. I don't know about that. I just don't. I think the Rams get a hangover. I do. I think they get a hangover. No Odell. Who knows?
They're not rolling out, bringing him back. But
I know, but still, I think they get the hangover. It happens, right? You know this happens. This happens to teams. They get it, and then they get the hangover. I think it happens to the Rams
I
this
can't
year.
believe, of all people, you
It
trust
happens.
Drew Lock or Geno Smith.
Yeah.
You're trusting Drew Lock and Geno Smith
yes.
over Trey Lance.
Because you know what?
No,
Weird
I
things
shouldn't say
happen in
over
the
Trey
season.
Lance. Over Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford got his after being on the lines forever. Getting to the freaking Rams. Getting to the Rams last year and actually pulling this off. He's done. He's got it. I don't know if he's got that. What has he got left? I mean,
Sean McVay, though.
Sean McVay got his too. After a long.
I know he's flirting with Amazon.
I
but
know.
He's
I
so
know. That's
hungry.
what I'm saying is they all got theirs. I think they go on vacation and snooze this year. That's what I think.
my God.
You asked me, so again, it's easy to go with everybody's. Oh yeah, they're Super Bowl winners. But you know what? A lot of times, Super Bowl teams take it. They get that Super Bowl hangover. And they don't have that team unity. Not everybody is Tom Brady every year going after it like it's fresh.
No, I know
they don't
about
do that.
that.
Not everybody does that. You have a lot of examples of a lot of teams winning the Super Bowl and not making the playoffs the year after. There are plenty of examples of that. I think the Rams fill that role this year.
All right, let's get to who the Rams played in the Super Bowl, the Bengals, and that AFC.
Oh, well, there's an interesting thing for the Bengals. Yes.
Some people have the Bengals not making the playoffs. Some people don't have the Bengals going back. But because of the division, it's tough. But I can't believe you just said the Rams. But we're moving past that.
We're going to see what happens during the season. He's going to go, I can't believe you picked that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's picking Seattle to win the playoffs. I can't believe you uttered those words.
Well, because it's that twisted. It's because it's that twisted.
Okay, if you want to say
It's because, you know what? Because you never know. Every season's new. Weird things happen. They just do. We know this with football. Weird things happen. Teams come out of nowhere. Everybody's like, nobody saw this coming.
I'm gonna say this. You're lucky you didn't make me walk off my nice studio.
Why?
Because that's so blasphemous. What?
exactly why I said it.
I can't-
Because it's so. It's not like even that. Like, all right, if I said it about the Jets, I could see you doing this. But this, you know what?
I know Seattle's got Tyler Lockett and DJ Key.
Who's the head coach in Seattle?
Pete Carroll, but who the hell do they have at quarterback? They lost Bobby Wagner. What do they
Pete
got on
Carroll
defense?
knows how to coach. He could coach college kids to do things that they didn't think they could do. So you know what?
But at least USC, you get the top recruits. What does he have on Seattle for
They're
defense?
pros. They all know football. Pete Carroll.
Leisure Boom ain't coming back.
Pete Carroll can pull this off.
Leisure Boom's not there no more. That's in the
It
past.
doesn't matter. I'm talking about what you got. You got a head coach who can coach. This man can coach. He's a great coach. He's an underrated
I'm
coach.
not saying he can't coach, but
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I said it. Because you have a documented great head coach in Pete Carroll. And he's done things that nobody's thought he could do, and he did them. And I think he could make lemonade with lemons.
all right. Let's get to the AFC North. I can't believe I heard this. Anyway,
Entertainment.
yeah, you can say that. Yeah. Okay. The Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, they're the defending AFC champions.
Yes.
They did add Joe Burrow, their offensive line. They added Ted Karras from the Patriots. They added Alex Kappa from Tampa. They added Lyle Collins from your team. So they gave Burrow all the support up on the offensive line, which they desperately needed.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Cleveland Browns. Baker's gone. In comes Deshaun, but he might be suspended the full year.
More drama.
Amari Cooper comes in to replace Jarvis
Murray's
Landry
old.
Odell.
Murray's old.
The Steelers. Big Ben's gone. In comes a trio quarterback carousel of Mitchell Trubisky, Mason Rudolph,
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Although Kenny Pickett looked really good in preseason.
Okay.
The receiver George Pickens is a stud.
Okay.
I watched him bench press a corner in Seattle. They did get younger on defense with Miles Jack and Larry Ogunjobi, DeMarvin Leal, Steele out of Texas A&M. And then the Ravens, who were surprisingly last place, who were at one point the one seed in the AFC last year. They improved their offensive line around Lamar. They did lose Hollywood Brown, so who does Lamar have to throw to besides Mark Andrews? They did get Marcus Williams from the Saints and Kyle Hamilton to help their pass defense since they were absolutely thin there last year. This is another one of those tough divisions. Can the Bengals repeat, or will somebody else win that division?
I'm going to tell you what. I think Bengals are going to be in an AFC Championship game again. And may represent the AFC again in a Super Bowl this year. I think that team, unlike the Rams, who got theirs, didn't get theirs, believed in themselves last year, knew that it was possible, were this close to winning it.
Yep.
Okay? And got the goods and improved themselves. I'm going to go with the Cincinnati taking that division. I'm going to go with Baltimore as a runner-up.
So wild card?
I think Lamar, Lamar, can run around the field all day.
Okay.
I know he's got one guy to pass to, but
Yep.
Lamar can make things happen if he stays healthy.
Okay.
So that's I think Pittsburgh, Cleveland in turmoil right now. Rebuild. They're rebuilding again with the drama at quarterback in Cleveland. No more Baker. Whole change of events over there.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on over there.
Okay.
Pittsburgh had a long run. They're in a rebuild mode. I don't see them really making a move.
Okay.
I can't see it. I really don't.
All right.
I mean, that's just what I see. Again, good coach in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Never had a losing season.
Yeah. If any of those teams, that probably would be, because them and Baltimore always have those tough games.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
But I think Cincinnati is head and shoulders the best.
Okay.
And with the improvements they made this year and what they proved last year,
All right.
and because they didn't get theirs, and they were like, wow, we were right there with the Rams, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's that's my opinion.
Well, Zach,
I love Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
and
he's a
the fact that he didn't get it last year.
Yeah.
I think he motivates his guys and knows because he says, "I could do this. You watched it last year. Let's get it done."
he definitely has the winning pedigree to be
No
able
doubt.
to do this.
No
he
doubt.
won a championship at LSU where they were one of the best college offenses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the top quarterback prospects
Yeah.
I've seen coming out of college.
Yeah.
I saw Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So
Cool Joe, man. Joe Cool. Oh, speaking of Joe Cools.
Wait.
Wait, not yet?
Not yet. We got
Not
one
yet.
more division.
Okay.
I want your Final Four and Super
The
Bowl
original
matchup.
Joe Cool.
We'll get to that.
We'll get the original Joe Cool.
We're teasing a topic for the end of this,
Yes.
okay? The AFC South. Now, your wild cards are done.
Yeah.
Okay.
AFC South.
Who do you got winning that division?
Certainly ain't Tennessee.
No.
Tennessee had their window. I think it's over for the Tennessee Titans, so to speak.
Yeah, they're losing A.J. Brown, losing Julio Jones. Derrick Henry's getting...
He's bang. I mean, listen, the guy did not say he played his head off for them. You know, they had their window. I think it's over for them.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
Jacksonville did get Doug Peterson as head coach, by the way.
Yeah.
They got some young pieces on defense: Darius Williams, Trayvon Walker, Devin Lloyd, who I really like out of Utah.
Yeah.
Brendan Sheriff and Christian Kirk. Evan Ingram. Sheriff helps their interior line.
Yeah.
Ingram is a tight end. Kirk is a receiver. The Texans, did they really add much around Davis Mills? Maybe on defense, Lovie Smith's now there, the old Bears coach. Are we making that much of them?
I think what we're looking at is Indianapolis.
That's who I was just about to go into.
Indianapolis looks like the only real any kind of consistency. Quarterback is now who?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, veteran quarterback.
Upgrade over Wentz.
Upgrade over Wentz because at least Ryan's been there and he's been pretty Iron Man, so to speak. Almost never hurt, right?
Yeah.
Almost. I mean,
think
didn't take many injuries.
Last time I think he was hurt was 2009.
And I think because the head coach
Frank
Reich, he's a veteran. A lot of good football pedigree. I always respected Frank Reich. He can make a go of it, and I think that quarterback position, Ryan is rock solid. He's rock solid.
Okay.
I think that's the team there. That's your team right there.
All right. So you gave us your wild cards. Let me recap for everybody. For those of you that are trying to remember who he has, he's got Buffalo winning the East.
Yes.
The Bengals winning the North.
Correct.
The Colts winning the South.
Yes.
The Raiders winning the West.
Correct.
The 3 AFC wild cards are the Patriots, the Ravens,
Correct.
and the Chiefs.
Yes.
Okay. So just so I know. Okay. So only 2 come from the West.
Not unthinkable.
No, I know. I'm just saying 2 from the AFC West come out. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right. The NFC now. Let me rotate. So the NFC, you have your Cowboys winning the East.
Yeah.
You have the Packers winning the North.
Correct.
You have the Bucks winning the South.
Yeah.
And you have the 49ers winning the West.
Correct.
Then your wild cards. The Eagles.
Yeah.
You have the Saints.
Saints
And then the
Seattle Seahawks.
All right. Give me your AFC Championship first.
AFC Championship.
Yep. Because I want to keep track of your final
Cincinnati, Buffalo.
four. Okay. And who you got in that matchup going to the Super Bowl for the AFC?
Buffalo.
Okay. NFC. Give me your NFC Championship and as the NFC representative of the Super Bowl.
You're going to laugh? You're going to laugh again.
Oh, no.
We're going to go back to Tampa Bay and Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Kickoff weekend repeats itself.
Okay.
The championship Sunday.
When you said you were going to make me laugh, I thought it was something else. I would have been like, no, I would have been...
I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys, Bucks, NFC Championship this year, replay of Week 1. Cowboys take it.
Oh, boy.
We're due, man. We're due.
Bills, Cowboys, you're gonna make me revisit the 90s Super Bowls when Dallas was destroying Buffalo.
Buffalo, Dallas.
Is it going to be like that?
Buffalo, Dallas, bro.
Is Dallas going to destroy them like in the 90s?
I don't know about that. I think Buffalo wins it, actually.
Okay.
I just want to get there.
Okay.
But Buffalo's been knocking, and they made a lot of improvements. And I think the city of Buffalo would love to win even one Super Bowl.
Your Super Bowl pick isn't that bad. I thought you were going to give me something like last year. Absolute windmill. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No.
Okay. But I will say this to you. Are you sure you want the Cowboys in the Super Bowl? Because you do want Sean Payton. That's what you didn't want to admit. You do want Sean Payton.
I do, but I want to get to Super Bowl, and then Sean Payton comes and we win it next year.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but anyway. All right, so you hinted the Joe Cool thing. Obviously, right now, a lot of people are trying out the Madden 23. If you have the All Madden edition, you're probably playing right now as you're watching the show.
Could happen. But I'm going to give you something here.
But you got the...
1991. Sega. from 1991, the very first play-by-play sports video game of all time. 1991's Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. Very entertaining play-by-play by a famous old San Francisco announcer. And gameplay isn't that great. It's okay, can't run much. It's entertaining though. I'm gonna give you a little sample size. I'll give you 1 or 2 plays. Here we go. Side to side, like Tecmo Bowl. Okay?
I don't know if our audience is going to want to watch a full play by play.
No,
We'll give them a couple.
one play.
We'll give them a couple though. I think if you've seen the Madden 23 intro, when you get into the menu, you'll see like how Madden has come from those graphics. I know it's not Madden's graphics.
Oh no!
These types of graphics to where we are now.
Oh, exactly. This is why this
the
is
evolution of it.
This is just football video game history. One more play when I shut this off, but just wanted to let you guys see this for all you kids who have never saw this, who never played anything else but Madden's. There were actually games. Joe Montana, the original Joe Cool.
And now you're saying Joe Burrow's now the new Joe Cool.
Now Joe Burrow's the new Joe Cool. So here you go, kids. A little video game history.
All right. So speaking of video game history, you had came across something in the off season that you had let me know about off camera about a month ago. I will let you go more in depth with it because I don't know a lot about this, so I'm going to hand the floor to you. What is this?
I was at my friend's house when we were watching TV, and she says that there's a football game, and I said there's no football game on. She goes, there's a football game on. So I looked, and sure enough, there was a football game, but it wasn't a football game. It was a football simulation on TV, which I never saw before. We were talking about this last year, about the future of football video games, and what's going to be the move. And so here we are. They're playing on the 2K, the 2K engine, and they're playing games, and they're being televised, and they have announcers that are not in the game but are announcing the games as they're being played, like a college football game. I think it's great. And so if you guys want to tune in, I don't know what channel that was. Did I give it to you? Did you write it down?
I think it's Verizon. I don't have.
It's on Verizon. It's the Video Game Simulation Network.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure.
Sports Simulation Network.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So for those of you that have Fios, you can check it out.
You can check that out. It's kind of cool because it's. I guess it's where video games will probably be going in the future. I would love to see more of that. I would like to see a couple different networks try that and different platforms, like, not just 2K, try it on Madden's too.
Well,
see what happens.
I think that I think that since they do like I think they do the MCS Madden Championship Series, they show that on NFL Network I think a couple times. But but I think that since a tragedy happened a couple years ago with the one Bills fan who apparently shot and killed 2 people.
Oh,
I think that's why. Yeah, that's why I think they stopped showing it on TV. I think it's on YouTube though.
Okay.
But I remember they used to do that on the NFL Network.
It was a Bills fan?
Yeah, I forgot his.
That's why I said Bills need to win a Super Bowl. They really do. They really do. And I think maybe this year might be the year.
But in terms of the simulation football league, I'm going to go more in depth with this in my next episode, which is next week. I'll be talking about my things about the Madden game, my experience playing over the years, which is going to be a tease for next week. So for those of you that are Madden fans, get ready for this next week because I've got some things I would like to get off my chest, both good and bad. But I want some things improved in the game, which I'll tease more into next week. I don't want to give a...
Rest in peace, Coach Madden.
Yeah, I watched a documentary today, this morning, knowing just like how much he really impacted generations.
Players, coaches, and the general public, people like broadcasters, everybody. I think he met and didn't even meet.
Yeah,
he's affected people in ways that he didn't even realize.
Yeah,
and so that's it's a shame he's gone.
Yeah, it's almost a year since his passing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about him, and then it came around Christmas time, and he was gone.
Yeah, but that's I'll be going more in depth about the Madden series. I mean, you have talked to me. I think we did an episode last year about it, but I don't think we have time to go into a little bit of it today.
I think EA Sports should do a memorial Madden video game that includes almost every Madden incarnation on every platform, all put down on one CD-ROM as a commemorative to his greatness as a coach and motivator and a broadcaster.
Yeah.
And his Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
And just put it all together in one thing. Because you know what? On all the systems, they were all good. They entertained all of us, and they were on multiple systems.
Yeah.
And across the board. And there's so many. I don't need too many for me actually to even mention all of them.
Right.
But there's enough there that you could, and today's technology, you can put it on one disc. You can put every single game that was ever made that had John Madden's name on it on one disc. And I think it would be nice.
It'll be tough for sure, but it's not a bad idea actually. It's really not.
I don't think so. I think it would be like a just a monument to his football video gaming, legacy.
Not a bad idea though.
No, I don't
really
think it is
not. But yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I do know that they added a legacy game of his with like AFC, NFC rosters of like I think his all Madden players. With both versions, I think there's one with like Madden with short hair and the white suit, and then there's another one with the hair that looks like a mop, and him with the like blue shirt. The shirt I think he won the Super Bowl against the Vikings.
Okay.
So something that I'm not saying it's as close to what you wanted. I know in the intro they show a couple of the old ones, and then they show up to a little bit of where it's now. But it's not exactly what you said.
Right, but there's a lot of stuff to choose from in that whole span of time.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about 30 plus years.
Yeah.
So, a football life.
Yeah, which actually he does have an episode of A Football Life. I'll let you watch that. It's on YouTube.
Cool.
So, but Al, listen, thank you for your preseason predictions. Thank you for the...
It's a blast. Here we go again, folks.
Yep, we're kicking off the Lounge Time era. Guys, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Lounge Time. We will be back next week where I talk the Madden series, in my opinion, what we need to do to get back on top, but also the ups and downs of my Madden career a little bit, you could say. Maybe not my career, but just my ups and downs of my experience with this game. That'll be next week, so a little tease for next week. But until then...
Give Rich a thumbs up on YouTube.
Yeah, please like, subscribe, turn your notification bells on. It would gladly appreciate the channel.
Maybe you get some sponsors. Who knows?
Hopefully. But... Guys, thank you again for tuning in to Lounge Time. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And I will see you guys next week on the next episode of Lounge Time. Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.